We need to send from here today our solidarity to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. The unity that Stop the War coalition has championed from its beginning. So now it's a pleasure for me to introduce one of the great Muslim anti-war campaigners of our country this century, a great friend of the anti-war movement and the chair of the Birmingham Stop the War coalition. Please give a very warm welcome to Salma Yaqoob.
My brothers and sisters, friends, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for representing what most right-minded, decent people are feeling and thinking. And thank you for giving a message to the world that this call to war is not in our name. I've come down from Birmingham tonight in a sad state. It's been just over 10 years when people like us gathered and we were saying to that lot in there, for God's sake, don't go into Iraq. We were fed a pack of lies. And at that time, when they were going to war to Iraq, they told us the same. I've got to think of a polite way of saying this. Thank you. And it took millions of people being displaced, hundreds of thousands of people being killed. We are still facing the consequences of those decisions then. And yet, the same people who said that we should go into Iraq and later on said, if we knew then what we knew now, maybe we wouldn't have gone into Iraq. That's what they say now. It's hard to find people justifying the invasion of Iraq now, right? Even pre-Jeremy Corbyn, we had an apology from a Labour leader about Iraq. And yet, they don't seem to have learned a single thing. Why are we having to come out here again to state the obvious? You and I may not be army generals, you and I may not be foreign secretaries, but we can tell you right now that what they're doing is militarily stupid, humanely stupid, and morally wrong. And this is pure machismo on the part of David Cameron. The idea that a few of our bombers are going to make any difference apart from a bad difference, considering in the last year alone, it's not that they're deciding to bomb, they're deciding to extend bombings. Because what you're not hearing about daily is that we've had over 3,000 airstrikes in Syria just in the last year alone. $4.6 billion worth of military might from America dropping down on Syria, and it has not changed the situation except for the worse. We've had France bombing since September and we've seen Paris. Let's not deny that. I know it's political heresy to point out some truths, but we must stand firm and speak those truths. When we go in to bomb other people's countries, we do not become more safe, we become less safe. That's the conclusion of MI5. That's the conclusion of the Defence Select Committee, and I'm well aware that happen to be wearing a scarf and being a Muslim woman, I'll be accused of being an apologist, no doubt. But no, I'm speaking common sense and the truth. You bomb other people's countries, we will not be more safe at home. How many times do we have to repeat this? And just as when they went into Iraq, Stop the War coalition predicted this. They said the bombing will cause the deaths of hundreds of thousands of innocent people. Sadly, we were proved right. We said we will see attacks on civil liberties at home. We were proved right. The country that I grew up in is not the same country that my kids have grown up in. The mass surveillance, the security threat that we hear about constantly, the division, the hatred, the Islamophobia, the talk that now has become very much mainstream. To talk about multiculturalism is a dirty word now. These things that which we took pride in, our civil liberties, our human rights. When I say our, I mean all of us, black, white, Asian, people of faith, no faith. Instead, what we have is war abroad and division at home. The same tactics that have been used decade after decade. And I was so proud of the British anti-war movement when we came together then, united, giving a message here and to people watching abroad, because they are. Don't think it's just here. People are watching this on satellite. People are watching this in their homes all across, and they see that British people are with them and not against them. This is the real power. This is the real voice of Britain, and that's why I'm so proud to stand here side by side with you, to say to David Cameron, this is not in our name. You are not making us safer, and you are putting petrol on the fire in the Middle East. ISIS is a symptom, not the cause. You bomb more people there, they'll recruit more. They want us to bomb. You are their propaganda machine. You are doing what they would want you to do. As I mentioned, in this last year alone, with 3,000 airstrikes, they killed, they say, 10,000 ISIS fighters, and guess what? They recruited another 20,000 more. I'm not a mathematician, but I tell you, that doesn't add up to anything good right here. So my message is, we should stand firm. We are right. We were right then, and we are right now. The vote is tomorrow, and I urge you to contact your MPs. Make sure they have nowhere to hide. Jeremy Corbyn has given a free vote, but that means no one can say that we're whipped into any decision. Ultimately, we are the constituents. The MPs are supposed to represent us. And if we don't speak up, and we don't say that we don't want our hard-earned taxpayers' money to be used to bomb innocent people abroad and to cause insecurity at home, then we sadly would share a part in that. And that's why it's important that you came here tonight, and I came here tonight, to say regardless of what happens tomorrow, it's not in our name. Thank you.
Thank you very much.